Hey, thank you for joining me. This is Vegan Montreal, and today we're going to be talking about how to cook and the taste of whole oat groats. I already introduced this item in a previous video, the vegan haul from YouPick through Amazon. There were a couple of other items in there as well, and that has a lot of good stuff in it. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend to have a quick look. YouPick is a Montreal-based company. And in this case, what I've got here is what's called organic oat groats. Very inexpensive. I'm not being paid by YouPick, by the way, or Amazon. And I can't wait to try them. These are supposed to be kind of like the original form of oats. The most unprocessed one that you can get. So you're getting a lot of fiber that's intact in there, much more so than the other ones. It does, however, take a much longer time to cook. And we're going to do it. We're going to try it out for the first time. So join me in the kitchen and we'll get right to it. Okay, now we're going to be cooking the groats. Unfortunately, this package does not contain any instructions whatsoever. So I'm kind of flying blind over here, but I've gone online and I found a recipe that looks like it probably will work. The ratio, by the way, of water to groats is 1 to 3. So typically you would need, let's say you were doing 1 cup of groats, you'd need 3 cups of water. So I already have 3 portions of the amount that I'm going to be using, boiling right now. And we're going to just crack open this package. And that's what you get. Looks like that. Looks a lot like rice. I think you might see that as being rice. I don't know if you can see that. And what they recommend is that you rinse it off first. So I'm going to take a little strainer. And my proportions is about a half of this pot over here. So all I need is 1/2 of this pot, and I'll just throw it into the boiling water. But first I have to rinse it off in the sink. I'm just going to rinse it off in a standard regular strainer, and my proportion is 1 to 3. The amount is about a half of one of these pots over here, this small pot. So once I filled that up about halfway, so this is what I like to do when I'm working by myself. I put the strainer like this, so you have one end propped up on one side, one end propped up on the other side of the sink, and I just pour it directly in there. It makes things a little easier. And you can do it with just one set of hands. Now I will get the cold water going. We have here about 1/2 of the pot, and that'll go great. So we'll just get it all in there into the boiling hot water. As long as you watch it and see how things are going in through the process, you can really mess something like this up too badly. So I'm making a fair amount because it is time consuming. It does take a while for it to finish cooking. So I will be making a fair amount for the week. Maybe I will freeze some as well, depending on how much comes out over here. But I imagine it's going to be an awful lot. Enough to last me for a little while. So when people say that cooking with natural foods or whole foods is time consuming, annoying, frustrating, all this kind of thing, I just say if you make the time to to make large amounts of food that you will be eating throughout the week or even throughout a couple of weeks. You freeze it, you do stuff like that. It can be some of the easiest food to make, definitely inexpensive, and super tasty. And you're getting all those health benefits too. So this is the way that I usually cook at home, and I find that it works really, really well. You just have to keep in mind that you would want to, after you finish cooking it, you're going to portion it out in an easy way for you to be able to use it tomorrow, the next day, next week, etc. But that's it. So it's basically a small time investment at the beginning, but you basically don't have too much else to do after that. Once all of that prep work is done, you'll have ready to eat quick and easy meals that taste like it took you hours to make, when it doesn't take very long at all. You can throw it in the micro and it'll be done in just a few minutes. And here's the groats. Something wrong with the recipe that I used, because I ended up with this much extra water. So it looks like, in this case, it's a 1-to-1 ratio is what's required, because I ended up with another almost a full amount, and I was using about a half of the pot size. So there you go. Let's give it a try. And here we are with the final taste test of oat groats. That's what it looks like, fully cooked. Looks a lot like rice. It's very rice-like. Super delicious, nice and chewy, al dente, super nice, very flavorful, and I can totally imagine using this in both savory dishes as well as a breakfast oatmeal. So there you go, oat groats, good for any occasion. I have a lot of it. I'm going to portion it out, probably freeze some of it, and use it all week long for breakfast. Thank you for joining me on this little taste experiment, and I hope to see you again soon.